So he says happiness is basically a combination of your happiness set point that we all have. You got what you got genetically. Some people are just happy no matter what their circumstances are. And some people are just miserable no matter what their circumstances are. But you control what you can control. And so then there's the set point, your conditions, and your voluntary activities. And what I thought was interesting is specifically there's some bad conditions that you never adapt to. So do you know hedonic adaptation?
Yeah.
Basically, you win the lottery or you get paralyzed. You revert to how happy you were prior to that event after, I think it's 30 days or 90 days.
It might be 90.
With some small, like maybe you're a little bit happier, a little bit sadder.
Yeah.
But there's some things that actually just make you unhappy.
Yeah.
All the time. You never adapt to it. And so they are bad noises. So if you live where a garbage truck wakes you up at 4 a.m. every day, it will annoy you the 90th time in a row that it happens.
Interesting.
Yeah. Heavy traffic, which is funny because everybody in LA just constantly complains about the traffic, because even if you have the same commute
and
for
this
2
is,
years.
I assume this is based on like surveys or like.
Yeah, they do self-reported happiness. It's the only way they can capture happiness.
Yeah, it's as good as they can get.
Sometimes they do brain scans, but not on this. This one I thought was interesting. Daily insecurities like acne. When you look in the mirror, it just bothered. And I noticed this because I had acne for years.
You know, that's funny. I agree. So did I. It was fucking every day, man.
Yeah, the third year of having bad acne. So I tried not to go on Accutane because I thought it was bad. So I had very bad acne from the moment I moved into college. I actually didn't have it in high school, which is weird. From 18 until 23.
Yeah.
And the thing that broke me was when I heard people talking about it, because I had headphones in, but I wasn't listening to music and I was on a train. So I'm 5 years in, still insecure about it. And it was interesting to read in this book. Like these things don't stop bothering you, which is weird because I guess if you get paralyzed, it does stop bothering you. I don't really understand.
So what I'll say is with the daily insecurities, and I just want to round it out, which is there are people that think like, I'm flat chested. If I only had bigger boobs, then that would go away. And it's like, maybe that's the case, but there's also people that are assigning an insecurity to a particular physical feature and it doesn't go away. Mm-hmm. And those become the type of people that get addicted to surgeries and modification and improvement and glamour and beauty. But I will say when my acne got cleared up, that insecurity was like way gone. Like move. Yes, it didn't go to like, oh no, like I wanted to be stronger, but I wanted to be stronger just as much, and it wasn't like something I looked in the mirror and was concerned with in the same way. Well, the big thing for me I was thinking like these are things to try to control in your life. For instance, he says a mistake people make, people will move far from their jobs to get a bigger house and then deal with a bad commute, and you get used to your bigger house. That's something you do hedonically adapt to. But you don't get used to the shitty commute. So I feel like I internalized that years ago. Yeah.
A common predictable mistake that people voluntarily make a lot is to go
live in the suburbs and
go
drive
in the
to
suburbs, get the big house, stop caring about the big house within 90 days, hate your commute every day. So he's like, live close to work, get a smaller place,
get remote work, get remote work. Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting. The other ones, just real quick, a relationship with constant fights. He says people you just don't adapt to. You will be stressed if you and your wife get in a fight 5 years in. It will make you angry and you'll...
So what I agree. And I think unfortunately what happens is it becomes water. So like even though you're unhappy and now 3 years ago you would have said you were average of 7 out of 10 and now you say you're a 4 out of 10, you just learn to live with the 4 out of 10.
Oh yeah.
It's like I am self-reporting it lower.
I'm not saying people get out of bad relationships.
Yeah.
I'm saying the fights still make you aggravated.
Yeah.
5 years in.
Yeah.
Whereas when you win the lottery, the joy you feel does not last for 5 years.
Your $100 million, even if it grows.
The euphoria you have the day you win the lottery does not maintain.
For sure.
But the aggravation of fighting with a loved one.
That matches my experience for
will
sure.
maintain. And then the last one is financial stress around food. He says the more money doesn't always make you happier, but if you don't know where your food's going to come from and you have food insecurity, that is something that is hard to adapt to.
It's interesting.
Basically. So someone with a high enough set point can still be happy through all of this. Someone who has good voluntary activities, the third part of the formula, can still be happy through all this. So these do not guarantee you're unhappy. They just are making you less happy. Mm-hmm. That's what he says, at least. And then good voluntary activities that, according to him, are meditation, cognitive behavior therapy, flow-inducing activities, including sports, art, or writing, meals with people that you enjoy their company of. He says these are things that you can do that will have a sustained effect on your happiness. Whereas if you, I don't know, eat ice cream, you're happy while you're eating it, but then immediately stop. These are things that make you happier for the next
several hours.
They stick. They're a little bit sticky.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting. It's just
for
like,
several
okay.
hours, it sounds like.
So avoid the bad conditions, try to do voluntary activities, and there you go. That's your best recipe for happiness.
And which is not, this is within the sphere of your normal type person reporting this. Like your Dalai Lama is going to have a different, he's an aberrant person and is perhaps going to recommend, he's like, forget the conditions, like just do the meditation. But yeah, if for your average person living a life with a commute and a family and fights and all that kind of stuff, that tracks with my experience for sure. So yeah, I thought that was interesting. That's all I got. I'll let you guys know if I read anything else. But I just wanted to share that. I was like, oh, this is cool. When I listen to podcasts, that's the kind of stuff I want people to share. Are you going to change anything? Well, I actually feel like I got really lucky in that I have a lot of the conditions pretty chill. But I'm hoping that the book will get into more practical stuff. But nothing has come of it so far, except for me making the whiteboard again and trying to remind myself to surf, have calls with friends, stretch, read, and meditate. So that's where the whiteboard came from, was reading this. Good news, bad news for you and I. And it's like we talk about first mountain, second mountain. It's like we've done it. Like we did a lot of these things. We controlled our conditions. We work from home. This is awesome. Thank you guys. This is super cool. Hope that you guys enjoyed that clip. If you want to see more like this and have us do more podcasts, we are 100% funded by our generous patrons. And if you'd like to contribute, there's a link in the description, and we'll have one pop up on the screen right here so that we can do more podcasts where we have fun conversations and hopefully some deep ones like this. Either way, hope that you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.